Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the future of an industry that, let's face it, touches all of our lives, insurance. And according to a major new report, it's an industry that's not just changing, it's on the brink of a complete reinvention. For centuries, the deal was pretty simple. You pay your premium, and if something bad happens, you get a check. But what happens when that's just not good enough anymore? The insurance industry, which has always been this bedrock of stability, is now sailing right into a perfect storm of change that's forcing it to rewrite that entire contract. And we're not talking about just one thing here. It's everything hitting all at once. You've got shaky economies. You have climate change just fueling bigger and more frequent disasters. And then there's technology like AI, which is completely flipping the old way of doing things on its head. And you know what? Customers have changed too. We expect more than just to pay out. So business as usual, that's just not going to fly on anymore. So where's the first and most obvious sign of all this pressure? Well, you just have to follow the money. After years of pretty reliable growth, the whole industry is basically hitting a wall. And this isn't some small dip, folks. It's what the report calls a great growth squeeze. And it's forcing every single insurer to rethink their entire business from the ground up. Just look at property and casualty insurance, your car, your home insurance. After a really strong 2024, the forecast shows that growth rate getting sliced almost in half. This isn't just a blip in one country, it's a global slowdown, and it's a huge signal that the environment is about to get way, way tougher. And if you think that's dramatic, check out the life insurance sector. The picture here is even more stark. Growth is projected to just plummet from over 6% all the way down to just 1% by 2026. That is a staggering drop. It puts this incredible pressure on these companies to find totally new ways to create value. Even the group insurance market, the benefits you get at work, which is usually super stable, is heading down the same path. So it doesn't matter where you look, the traditional engines that powered this industry are all starting to sputter. The writing is on the wall. Okay, so it's pretty clear this isn't just some temporary downturn, right? This is a fundamental shift. The old machine is breaking down, and that forces a choice. You either get left behind, or you start reinventing yourself, right now, from the ground up. So, if you're going to reinvent, where do you turn? Well, naturally, all eyes are on artificial intelligence. AI is promising to transform, pretty much every part of the business. But, as we're about to see, AI is a classic double-edged sword. On one hand, the promise is absolutely incredible. AI that can spot fraud the second it happens, instantly approve policies, process claims in a heartbeat. But the reality for a lot of insurers, it's a tangled mess of ancient systems and just messy, fragmented data. It's like they want to plug this brand new jet engine into a car with a crumbling foundation. It creates massive headaches and opens up all kinds of new cybersecurity risks. But for the companies that can get over these hurdles, wow, the potential is enormous. We're already seeing huge players like AIG use generative AI to basically multiply the productivity of their experts, reviewing way more policies without having to hire a single new person. This isn't some far-off theory, it's happening right now. And the prize for getting this right? It's staggering. Just by using AI to get better at detecting fraud, the industry stands to save $160 billion. That number alone is a total game changer. But look, fixing the tech is only half the battle. You can have the smartest, fastest algorithms in the world, but the real transformation, the one that actually sticks, is always about people. Get this, 90%, 9 out of 10 insurance executives agree that getting their workforce ready for an AI future is urgent. But only a quarter of them have actually taken real, tangible action. This huge gap between what they say and what they do, it's one of the biggest roadblocks to making any real progress. And this inaction creates all this friction with talent. You've got experienced veterans retiring, and they're taking decades of know-how right out the door with them. Recruiting new people just isn't keeping up. And when they do manage to hire fresh AI talent, these new hires get stuck working on clunky old systems, and they just get frustrated. All the while, you have this huge chunk of mid-career pros who desperately need to get up to speed on AI. So the really important question becomes less about how do we automate jobs and more about how do we get people and AI to collaborate. It's about completely redesigning the work itself so that you can blend that irreplaceable human judgment with the raw analytical power of AI. Okay, so with all that, how in the world do you navigate this perfect storm? Well, the report lays out a really clear 5-step playbook for building the insurer of 2026. It all starts with the foundation. You have to modernize your core systems, fix the data so AI has something good to work with. Then transform your people, upskill your current workforce so they can thrive. You can't do it all by yourself, so you've got to forge partnerships to innovate faster. Of course, all of this has to be in service of the customer, delivering an experience that's personal and seamless. And all of these steps build up to the ultimate goal, a massive shift from the old reactive model of predict and pay to a new proactive one of predict and prevent. It's about stopping the fire before it even starts, not just showing up later to pay for the damage. So, in the end, is the insurer of the future built on cold, hard algorithms or on human empathy? Well, the answer, of course, is both. The companies that win aren't going to be the ones that choose between technology and the human touch. They'll be the ones who master the art of using incredible technology to empower empathy, creating a smarter, safer, and more resilient future for all of us. Thanks for watching The Explainer.